Hey folks, well, the offseason continues. The Leafs, well, they have a lot of things to think about. What's next? Are they going to make a big splash? Are they going to get out of the first round? Anyways, we're going to break it all down for you right here on the OZone.
You're in the offensive zone, your place for Leafs hockey.
Hey folks, welcome to the OZone. That's Coach. That's KD. I'm the Diva. We're here to talk all things Leafs. Listen, folks, as always, you know we want your comments. We want your feedback. You know, obviously after you share our video and like it, of course. But, you know, anything you leave for us, we'll take it to heart. Seriously, it helps the show. You can hit us up over here at our Twitter feed, or you can hit us up over here by emailing us. Or even right here, we're on Instagram too. So do us a favor and give us your feedback. A really good example of this actually came in recently for our episode 69 from a Fook Obama.
Oh, hey, Devo. I think I know that guy. Isn't he from Kenya?
No, fellas. I'm pretty sure he was born in Honolulu.
Right, okay, yeah. Anyways, Fook says, wishful dreaming by childish Leaf fanboys. You know, we are fans here at the Leafs, at the OZone, so we appreciate that. Thanks, Fook. And not witty or entertaining at all. So we've taken this all under advisement, and we appreciate it. So, without further ado...
Yeah, let's get into it. Hey, that guy's right. He must be a long-time listener. We're not very witty or entertaining, are we? Good comment, bud. Hey, so
we're not boys anymore either,
Tyler. and also we're out of ideas. So we're going to one of our loyal subscribers here, Ronnie Vogel, pictured here on Hockey Database. What's not listed here is he is the single best player in the NYTEX A Beer League Sunday Night League. We just our Fort Worth Hawks just won a championship. You got to get that on your Hockey DB. Anyway, Ronnie's a goalie, loves goalies. He's got a lot of questions about goaltending. We're going to answer a couple of him here today. Thanks for the questions, Ronnie. Devo, what do we got first up?
Yeah, well, I mean, first and foremost, you know, he asks, is Campbell the guy? What do you think, Coach?
I really, really want to say yes. Unfortunately, I don't think so. But I think it depends on how you define the guy. There's only really 3 or 4 the guys on the planet, right? There's Vasilevsky, there's Shesterkin. Those guys are still in it. Probably Connor Hellebuck. Maybe you could make the argument for UC Saros, maybe, or Sorokin on the island, maybe. But that's a really elite tier. Those guys are good. They're going to be great, consistent, all of that. I think Campbell's in that next tier. Guys that are probably good enough to win the cup, but they're not the guy. You know, Kemper, Markstrom, Thatcher, Demko, Gibson, Fleury, maybe, Bobrovsky, even Fred Anderson, not playoff Fred, regular season Fred, is in that tier as well.
Jordan
Bennington. Is Campbell in that tier? Yeah, probably maybe the lower end of that tier.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
November Campbell was terrific, but guys, and I was all in on him, but that was kind of a mirage, wasn't it? He came back down to earth, and then he sort of got back sort of midway. The jury's out. I don't know what you do. I don't know that you can improve on him. All those other guys, even in that second tier, really aren't available, or Fleury's 38. So, I don't know. You might be stuck with him. But is he the guy? I don't think so.
I guess it really depends on how they want to negotiate the goalie situation. I think a lot is going to end up having to deal with what they do with the Mrazek contract. KD, what do you think? Is Campbell the guy?
I think Campbell's probably. I certainly thought he was good enough for them to win the first couple playoff rounds. You know, I don't think he was the reason why they didn't get through. Is he the one who's going to get them? Will he be hoisting the cup in a Leaf jersey? I don't know. I don't know. It seems doubtful at the moment. I mean, certainly I would like it. I think everyone loves the guy, and I think everyone would love to see him there. So it's tough. I think it would be a lot easier if he was a dick. Like it would be a lot easier to cheer against them and then move on. I think everyone wants him to be the guy, so it makes it a little trickier for sure.
Hey, Cap, the way this is going, the guy the goalie who's going to hoist the cup in a Leaf jersey probably isn't born yet.
Yeah, well, that could be true, and it's what's interesting is, I agree. I think he can play himself when he's at his best, certainly into that second tier, which is a fairly robust list of guys. There's probably about 15 guys in there. There's probably about 6, maybe borderline. Well, there's probably 4 absolute top tiers with 3 or 4 guys knocking on the door of that. And then maybe about 10 guys beyond that. And on a good night, Campbell's probably there. But it really depends on what kind of contract they can lock him up for and who they can pair him up with. I don't know. Is Shelgren and Campbell the answer for this team? Maybe. If it's under $5 million a year, I would do it. But if you're gonna shell out a fortune for him, I think you can do better on the open market. I'll be perfectly honest.
Devo, you make a good point, and I think it's going to touch every single thing we talk about this roster the entire offseason. You have to fill spots at a price, and the reason is because we spent so much money on the top tier guys. Like there really isn't anything left. You couldn't go sign a guy for 6 or 7, or you got to move out a key piece to do that. Right. So everything is just we're hamstrung by the cap. And it's frustrating.
No, that's a good point. So let's move on, guys. Ronnie asked another great question here. This is maybe perhaps a walk down memory lane. What's the best goalie performance you've seen? Coach, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to 1993, guys. You'll remember Leafs lost to LA Kings. And Gretzky had the high stick on Gilmore, wasn't called. Mrs. Coach and I went to that next game, Game 7, and saw the Kings beat us. And then they went to go and play Montreal. And look, I'm not going to say anybody on the Leafs in that or even Kelly Rudy for the Kings. And I hate doing this. But I got to mention the guy on the other side, Pat Roy.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I think it was Patrick Roy. Roy is the guy.
That's a nice Dallas accent you have there.
I've been out of Canada too long, fellas. Pat Roy. So he was unbelievable. The Habs weren't that good that year. They were terrible the year before. And, they get into the playoffs. He won 10 overtime games in those playoffs. Unbelievable performance last time the Habs won the Cup. So I got to give credit where credit is due, even if it is the Habs.
Yeah, fair enough. KD, how about you?
Yeah, when I thought about great playoff performances, I remember Mike Lee for Hartford kind of beating out Montreal and kind of carrying the team for a while, and Ronnie Hextall won the Conn Smythe. And he gave up. I mean, that Philly team gave up something like 769 shots. I think most of them were in the finals. Like he somehow willed that. I think the 6 games against Edmonton. But really, it was. You look at Waz, really been the best playoff guy. I looked at some of the stats. 86 and 93 were both great, but especially that 93 year coach that you talked about. He had a save percentage of 934, but he had the GSAA sort of goal saved above average was 21.4. I mean, that is out of your tree. And as you say, all the overtime. It's hard to argue that was not the greatest. I think maybe Hasek's had a pretty good run occasionally, but no one's done that. That is the Mount Rushmore or the Everest of playoff goaltending.
Do you think we'll be called Habs fanboys now?
I did talk about Liu beating Montreal.
We'll get Fook on the line. Anyways, I'll bring it back a little bit. Something must have been in the water that year because another really fantastic performance was Cujo versus the Leafs.
For St. Louis, yeah.
Now he lost that series, but had he won and that team continued, who knows what would have happened? And I mean, I think he had a game one night where he make 70 saves in a game, or it was close. It was like 68 saves or something like that. I mean, it was triple overtime when we had to beat him in Game 7, and we were like, it was 5-on-1 in that series, and that was a pretty remarkable performance. Anyways, Ronnie, look, thanks for the questions. You too, Fook, and keep them coming. And we're gonna break all your answers down for you right here on the OZone.